Now, before I started this review, I didn't know my dog was in here. I actually closed the door and he's right there trying to leave. Let me let him out first before I start the review. Sorry, Jesse. Didn't mean to do that. Before anybody says anything, yes, these are my masks on my door, and yes, they are all been washed. I just don't really have any more places to put them anymore because I have too doggone many. But anyway, the fact that I have been fully vaccinated for almost 2 months, I am still not ready to go in the theaters yet. So I really was interested in see what they did with Cruella, because Cruella is a very interesting villain, and I am a villain girl. But I'm not going in a theater that has very low ventilation, surrounded by kids or people that have not been vaccinated. So what I decided to do was watch it at home through Premier Access on Disney Plus. Is it worth the $29.99? We'll find out. What's up, y'all? This is the Nature Girl 30 here, and this is my quick review of Cruella. Okay, that is how much I love my dog. We honestly sat down and watched this movie together. And I had no idea that I would find a movie that he would like. And people are like, well, it has dogs in it. Of course he would. No. I have a prince for a dog, and he's incredibly picky. But he honestly liked that film. He sat down and he watched it, and he was calm, and he's always calm, but he enjoyed it. So I watched this movie, 101 Dalmatians, with my dog Jessie before watching Cruella. And let's be honest, 101 Dalmatians is a far better interpretation. I'm just saying, it is. It's not much of an origin story for Cruella de Vil, but it shows Cruella's true nature. She was just obsessed with fashion. Not just with fashion, but with furs. She wanted to make everything into a fur. Whether she was a fashionista, I don't know. But the fact that she wanted to turn Dalmatian puppies into furs before they got big enough to do it, she was going to skin them and make them into a fur coat. Now, that in itself, I'm sorry, is a little bit on the evil side. Somebody who is completely cavalier about not only the emotions of the people that love these animals, she's very cavalier about the lives of those creatures. So you cannot tell me that somebody like Cruella is going to be an anti-hero. And that's what they try to do here. They didn't really do a good job of it because they shoehorned a lot of Disney references from that film inside this one. And it just didn't add up. It just didn't match. It didn't mesh together. This was pretty much The Devil Wears Prada. And for those that have not seen that movie, I advise you to see it. It actually is a good film. So instead of Meryl Streep actually playing the boss lady, let's just kind of switch it around. When it comes to Cruella, the boss lady in The Devil Wears Prada is pretty much Emma Thompson's character. And when it comes to the intern that was played by, oh gosh, her name just kind of, just Anne Hathaway. That's her name. Okay, when the intern played by Anne Hathaway, let's just say that Anne Hathaway's character is pretty much Emma Stone's character. This is A Devil Wears Prada, but in Disney form. Now, shoehorning all of these Disney references to give you a reason why she hates these particular breeds was just stupid in itself. It made no sense. You're not going to make me believe that she hates Dalmatians because of this reason. It makes no sense at all to do that. But when it came to Horace, and when it came to, I know Horace, I remember his name, but I keep forgetting the other guy's name. So if you know his name, put him in the comments. But the two thieves that were actually in the animated feature, I would probably buy they were friends at one time. But they started getting sick of her when she just started bossing them around. But hey, she paid them, so they didn't really care anymore. I could probably buy the fact that they were friends, maybe at one time, but they just ended up becoming thieves for hire. But when it comes to this, Horace was a little weird. I think it was Horace. I can't remember, but it just seemed like it was a will they, won't they. Well, not really a will they, won't they, but in the whole premise of Cruella, she was very manipulative, and she manipulated her friends a lot, and they fell for it. Like, they were just a bunch of chumps, like, no doubt. At least in the animated feature, the two thieves pretty much stood up for themselves majority of the time, and they didn't really take any of Cruella's crap, not all the time, and they really weren't afraid of her. But when it came to the two thieves that were actually in this film, I can't remember the other guy's name, but anyway, the fact when it came to those two, it just seemed like they were a bunch of chumps. That every single time she mentioned the word family, oh my gosh, you know, we're gonna help you even though you treat us like dirt the entire time. I never could understand that. At least they defended themselves in the animated feature, but not here. But also, when it comes to the whole thing of Anita was just an afterthought. But in a way, Anita in the animated feature was an afterthought. The only difference is they made her black, cause reasons, like they always do. But Anita really played a little bit of a role. I mean, she played a larger role in the actual film, in the live action film, but in the animated feature, she played a very small role. That was somewhat the only difference. Actually, two differences besides the whole black thing. But then you had Roger, and Roger ended up being her lawyer. So they kind of made it seem like that they all knew each other in this really big circle, even though Roger wasn't a lawyer inside of it. Roger wasn't a lawyer in the animated feature. He actually was a struggling musician. But they kind of changed the occupation. They made him a bit of a goofball. The guy actually had a lot of personality in the animated feature than he did in this one. I don't like what they did to the men here. They kind of made the men a bit sheepish, a bit moronic, and also they made them into simps, I guess. Not so much Roger, but Roger was just a footstool in a way. No, he was a rug to wipe dirt on. That's kind of the personality that I got from Roger. But when it came to the other two thieves, it just seems like that, and I think his name is Horace. I think it was Horace. The tall one with the fro. He was the one that really kind of sort of had a bit of a crush on her. And I think he liked Estella more than he liked Cruella. But the whole thing was a little bit weird. And I don't know whether or not they were going to try or will they, won't they type of thing. But it seems like that Estella was kind of caught up in Cruella. But if they made it into that premise to where it wasn't an origin story, where they made it into a woman that wanted to be big in the fashion industry, but stepped on her friends and, oh my gosh, that is The Devil Wears Prada. They practically took everything from The Devil Wears Prada and made it into this film. Wow. Well, never mind. I guess I really am not interested in Cruella de Vil at all. I am more interested in The Devil Wears Prada than I am for this movie. So my advice is this. Well, not really my advice, my suggestion. I don't think you need to watch this film. If you really do want to watch the film, watch The Devil Wears Prada. But if you really want to see what Cruella is about, I would not pay $32 in premiere to see it. I did it out of curiosity. Was it a mistake? Not really. But it wasn't all that great either. It would be great if it was The Devil Wears Prada, which is pretty much what it was. But when it comes to watching this film, watch it during matinee time in the theaters if you're comfortable in going. Or if you do want to watch it on Disney Plus, wait till it comes out for free. It's the same thing with Mulan. They'll do it with this one. But other than that, I would not waste your time paying full price for this film. It's not that good. The reasoning behind why she doesn't like Dalmatians was stupid. The fact that it's supposed to be a revenge story. And also, it's stretched out way too long. It was to the point where I didn't know when it was going to be over. It just kept going and going like the Energizer Bunny. And when it finally ended, like I said, before watching this film, go back and actually watch the animated feature that is on Disney Plus. Watch the animated feature and then see the ending and you'll cringe. Seriously, you will cringe. I was disturbed by it a little bit. But anyway, my advice to you is to not watch this full price, but wait for a matinee or wait until it comes on for free for Disney Plus. But if I actually had to give this a rating, I'll give this a C-. The fashion was great. The atmosphere was great. Emma Stone and Emma Thompson acted their butts off. It was amazing when it came to that. But the whole premise of it being an origin story was just not good. So if I had to give it a rating, I'll give it a C+. If I had to give it a star rating, it would be probably maybe 3.5 stars. Maybe. Nah, 3 stars. I'll give it that. But other than that, y'all, that is what I think about Cruella. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.